So, you don't think this is an obvious case of false memories, Mr. Mandela detective?
May I tell you what I think happened? Alrighty then. You said you're certain that the Fruit of the Loom logo had a cornucopia? That's true. You're certain it wasn't just a lonely pile of fruit? Yeah, I'm certain.
What's the point, Eugene?
If you had watched all my previous videos, you'd know. Real Mandela effects like that one, while highly meaningful in their own right, also appear or are mentioned in large numbers in certain movies, being used by the power behind the Mandela effect to communicate a message to us. That's how we know such movies are special, and one of the main recurring themes these Mandela message movies contain is that we are all artificial intelligence living in a programmed simulation controlled by a super advanced higher intelligence, which was already the best explanation of how the Mandela effect is achieved in the first place. Yes! Yes! Ugh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh? Let's look at an important message movie on the minds of many Mandelians, and that's Superman. When I looked through this movie for markers, I noticed something very interesting. In one scene, while feeling very smitten with Superman, Lois Lane says, "Why are you?" Then she pauses. Superman says, "I'm sorry?" To which she replies, why are you here?" This moment right here is a movie marker. You see, this is a reference to the Romeo and Juliet Mandela effect. The scene that changed in Romeo and Juliet is the one where she says, "Wherefore art thou?" Some of you know this phrase actually means, "Why are you?" And that's what Lois Lane says to Superman. What do you think? Am I onto something? Is it really a movie marker? I can just picture some of you looking skeptical right now. But wait, before you say too much, there's one thing I forgot to mention. Remember the thing that changed in the Romeo and Juliet Mandela effect? Well, in Superman, Lois Lane is on a balcony when she says, "Wherefore art thou?" or "Why are you?" So, for those who are skeptical, how's that working out for you? All righty then. Let's get to it. Superman was born on the planet Krypton and named Kal-El. He was sent to Earth to avoid an impending disaster on planet Krypton. His father, Jor-El, and his mother, Lara, stayed behind and perished as Krypton exploded. As an infant traveling through space, he could hear his father's voice and he learned from him. One of the things his father taught him is that it is forbidden for him to interfere with human history. Despite his amazing powers, Kal-El, now named Clark Kent, had a normal childhood here on Earth. The man who raised him said that he is here for a reason. When Clark grows up, he knows he must leave home and fulfill his destiny. Clark goes to the Arctic North, and there he creates his Fortress of Solitude. He has an important crystal his father back on Krypton sent with him. When he casts it into the ocean, a magnificent crystal structure emerges. This is where Clark will continue his education. A hologram of his biological father, Jor-El, appears and speaks with him. Here are some of the things Jor-El tells him. "You have great powers, only some of which you have, as yet, discovered. The total accumulation of all knowledge spanning the 28 known galaxies is embedded in the crystals which I have sent along with you. It is now time for you to rejoin your new world and to serve its collective humanity. Live as one of them, Kal-El, to discover where your strength and your power are needed, to always hold in your heart the pride of your special heritage. They can be a great people, Kal-El, if they wish to be. They only lack the light to show them the way. For this reason, above all, their capacity for good, I have sent them you, my only son." This is a very important movie for us. I feel that the Mandela effect has highlighted this movie with greater emphasis than we see with most Mandela message movies. It has this theme of learning to wield special powers that originate from one's environment, and we see that in some of the other movies in my collection, like The Matrix and Return of the Jedi. This is one of the strangest things to try and wrap my head around, but the message is coming through loud and clear. Because we live in a simulation, there are some special things we can learn to do. I think there is a nod to this theme in the movie AI, Artificial Intelligence. In that movie, the family's real son met the robot boy and asked him, "Do Do you have any power moves you can do, like run up a wall? That sounds a bit like the Matrix, doesn't it? I wish I could tell you how to gain special powers, but I have no clue. My greatest superpower seems to be making food disappear. I can tell you one thing, though. This part of Superman, where he is in the Fortress of Solitude, has to be the most important part of this movie. His father, Jor-El, could be a metaphor for our higher being. So where is our Fortress of Solitude? What do we have that is analogous to a Fortress of Solitude where you learn the secrets of the universe from your Creator? Maybe it's these message movies. Doesn't this revelation we are delving into equate with this situation we see in Superman? Kal-El learns from his father by interacting with a hologram. We can learn from our father by watching movies. Let's think about why Superman is being taught how to use superpowers. He is supposed to use them to serve humanity and fight evil. Are we supposed to do the same? Are some of us here on Earth supposed to develop special powers we will use to fight evil? I don't imagine many people are qualified for that line of work. I think the first thing a lot of people would use superpowers for is to get rich. Then where would the fight against evil be? What would stop it from being a situation like we see in Bruce Almighty? Jim Carrey's character is endowed with God's powers, but can't keep up with the job. God asks him how it's going, and he says something about how he just had to right some personal injustices first. Yeah. It's safe to say that any real-life Superman would have to be special indeed. As far out as this idea of fighting evil feels to me, it does fit in with the message that our higher being is not happy with the way things are going on Earth. We do have a lot of potential for good, and we do need someone to show us the way. I also think that Superman is being highlighted as a moral example. He has that really high standard of morality like Mr. Rogers. Superman says he is here to fight for truth and justice and the American way. He also says he doesn't lie. But if Lois Lane gets fat, he better learn to.